How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War episode review. Today's episode is episode 31, entitled Against the Judgment. Before I go any further, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more reviews just like this one. If you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. Go ahead and give it a click. Just give me, whatever you choose to give. I deeply appreciate it. So, Against the Judgment. Literally, the title is more or less. How do I express it? Well, there's three things that are against the judgment here. There's the Quincy's against Yhwach, his judgment. There is Yhwach versus the Soul King, and then there is Kyoraku versus the judgment of the other Soul Reapers. This episode was, again, I kind of felt the same feelings when I watched my last review for Dragon Ball Daima. This episode felt like it went fast because I was enjoying every second of it. Last episode we left off, Uryu was doing punk Uryu stuff, putting a giant hole in Ichigo. But we'll get back to that in a second. So a majority of this episode was dedicated to Naraku 2.0 Aizen. We start off with a black mass just coming down on top of the Seireitei, and they're trying to figure out what to do. People are using swords. We got the Squad 11 plus a Squad 5 group here with Ikkaku, not Ichigo, and the Peacock guy. They're using their Shikais, Kazeshini, Hozuki Maru, Fuji Kujaku, but I still couldn't remember their names, but I took time to write down what their Shikais were. Even had Byakuya doing Zenbon Sakura Kageyoshi. Was it just Zenbon Sakura? Actually, now that I think about it, no, it was just Zenbon Sakura. I forgot his Shikai got a super boost. Even him doing that couldn't give her this mass of eyes and teeth. And that voice comes on in saying, how pathetic. Why waste time swatting them with the sword when you can crush them with spiritual pressure? And when Aizen shows up in that giant chair, and you got one of these things that's struggling under his spiritual pressure, and it just pops like a nasty wet water balloon. Dude is killing things, whooping ass with just spiritual pressure. Remember, he cut off the dude's fingers in the second to last episode we saw. Everyone is pissed that he is here. We get a very funny I say funny, but it was funny to me, interaction of him with Rukia saying, "Long time, Rukia Kuchiki. Congratulations on your promotion to lieutenant. I'm glad you're rewarded for your distinguishing service." Bro, you are not having a casual conversation with the woman who you set up to be put on death row and who was almost murdered. What? Like Mr. Big Time, it was me, Austin. It was me all along, Aizen. And the others are just not having it. They're all going off like, whose authority is he even up here? And Kyoraku, Captain Commander, he's like, yeah, me. And I decided we needed his help. And they're all pissed. And some of them saying it's a disgrace. Byakuya is silent, I know. He's just silent through this. Because remember his role in the Soul Society arc. We'll come back to my man in a second. But he says, Kyoraku, he says one of the coolest, this is speech. I'll say speech of the episode. Because it's much less than a cool line, but more so a speech. And he asked them, he's like, is this about defending your honor? And everybody's kind of like silent. And they all tense up. And he's like, let me tell you something about the court guards. Honor is not going to defend the world. And if you ask me, I don't believe that using evil to defeat evil is itself an evil act. There is layers in that, especially when you're using evil for greater good, such as saving the entire world. But Bad guys could say the exact same thing. They could flip it, and the bad guy saying, "I'm doing the evil thing to save everybody. Why are you upset?" So there's a duality here. There's a duality here. Very interesting duality at that. And I wrote down, I think I wrote it on my other side of my notes. Several character interactions here are so great, which is why I love this episode. Particularly, you have Kyoraku talking to Aizen, and Aizen's like, "Hey, why don't you let me out of this chair?" And dude's like, "I can't do that, bro. Yada yada." I love that good grief. It's like, you expect me to get rid of these things sitting down? No, dog. I figured you just wouldn't. You wouldn't like to have something constantly trying to kill you, as a mass of them come down and he's killing them with spiritual pressure. Man, this guy Aizen is way too strong. And we even make fact after he does this feat that he's about to do, Urahara says, "Yeah, I think he's even stronger than when he fought Kurosaki." It's just, dude's gotten stronger while under the Muken and stuck in a chair that is designed to bind him and his spiritual pressure, keep his spiritual pressure against him. Because you get him out of that chair, I'm pretty sure he's going to kill everybody that's around him and do whatever the hell he wants. Matter of fact, we learned from Mayuri that chair is not made to stop his spiritual pressure. It's meant to limit it to just his body, so he can flash it all he wants, but it's going to stay here, such as when he tries to bring down the royal palace. But what he does to destroy all of these eye things, that we'll get to those in a minute, he does Hado number 90 Kuro Hitsuge, and the hint of it with that dark purple lightning. I think the last time we saw him do this was, I think it was his full-on assault against Soul Society with the fake Karakuri Town. I think that's the last time we saw him do this. Did he use that against Ichigo? I think he's done this before. And he does this incantationless attack, meaning, because you guys know the Hados, they say long lines, and for some of them, if you're strong enough, like Byakuya when he does, I think it's 60 or number 6, the one where you get held in place. Some folks are strong enough they don't have to do it. It's kind of like Naruto with the hand seals and stuff. Some folks don't have to do all the hand seals to do a fireball no jutsu, or some can just speed through them. But yeah, it's like that. And when he does his move and they're all underground, I gotta get to the next conversation. Next conversation was between Byakuya to Captain Commander Kyoraku, which was wait. No, that's nasty. No. Here it is. Byakuya says to him, "You do realize your actor free Aizen is an insult to us all. Yeah, you can go ahead and beat me up if you want, but do it after we protect the Seireitei." I like that he's like, "Yeah, no, I get it. This dude pulled a number on us, killed many of our friends, put a giant civil war on us. I mean, imagine if they never had that civil war and they were actually ready to fight Yhwach. Part of Aizen's plans led to all of this happening, creating the Ichigo that is the Kurosaki in a way. So yeah, no, I get it. I get why everybody's annoyed and pissed, right? Aizen does tell us though that the things that are spilling over, they're from Yhwach's trying to absorb the Soul King's power. So it is a overflow of the stuff that is spilling out of him. Because remember last time we saw him with all those eyes, and we see him at the end here with all those eyes. Another thing is, Aizen was trying to break the chair with the Hado, and it's made out of the same material as the Muken. Again, Mayuri told him the information about the spiritual pressure, and flat out just like, come on, man. You can't beat. Are you really gonna insult me? You can't beat this. To which Aizen also goads him and saying, well, why don't you set the chair to maximum and see who can win, me or your chair? To which the Quincy's show up that are still there, if anyone's forgotten. And the black guy with the black and white teeth, I have a name for him that I can't say out loud, but that dude, he does his little attack because he can see the holes in Aizen's Rietsu. And he's just like, why don't you just sit there? And this guy actually got Aizen to be immobile for 5 minutes. And Aizen says later on, he's the first person to get me immobile for 5 minutes, so don't feel bad for him. And why would he feel bad for him? Bazz shoots him in the back. And Bazz shoots him in the back. Why? Because when Kyoraku says, hey, let's propose a thing here, because Aizen was trying to shoot down the royal palace. I propose we work together, because everything's about to end. And Bazz gives the thin, poor excuse of their home is within the shadows of Soul Society. So if it's gone, they're gone. And Mayuri's like, you expect us to believe that? I don't expect you to believe nothing. But this isn't for free. We'll help you get up there and all that, but you leave Yhwach to us. We gonna kill him. Yeah, they're more or less pissed about the judgment of the king. He absorbed the power of their other friends while they're stuck down there. If they were just good old little soldiers, I guess maybe they would be able to pincer and push in the Soul Reapers, but nah. I mean, we still got Zombie Girl, which now here's when the interactions come in. You got Mayuri to the Zombie Girl going, I really thought I got rid of you, but I guess it takes a zombie to do the zombie moves, because she still has the zombie Soul Reapers, unfortunately. Renji and Bazz they have a conversation that we can't hear, but just Rukia's reaction to when those two are talking to one another is still funny. Nanao, Lieutenant to Kyoraku, she stands in the way of Kenpachi, because Kenpachi's still looking for Yachiro. Probably not realizing that Yachiro, just theory of mine, Yachiro was probably the excess power of his blade, was probably his blade herself. And once she realizes that he gets the real name and all that, he really doesn't need her around. She's an interesting character. I mean, when we saw, I cannot remember the member of Squad Zero's name, but my hip hop guy, the guy who makes the Zanpakutos, he even said there's Zanpakutos that use Zanpakutos. She was using her own Zanpakuto, so she could be special. She is special, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. Everyone else is looking, but she convinced, because he wants to go look himself, and she says, no, we need your power to get us all up into the royal palace, because Urahara made a contraption that they just all have to push their energy into, and it opens up this gate, keeps the gate open, and they all can go on up. Because now it's an attack on the Quincy's at the royal palace. Kyoraku does give a rousing speech, talking to everybody on a flip phone, of course, telling them, we're charging, we're going forward for Soul Society, for the Seireitei, excuse me. I need to, hold on, gotta speed up a little bit. There we go. And initially, I thought it was just a select group, and it does look like a select group, because I see Soifong, Shinji, the other former visitors, they're going too. So it seems like there is a select group, but I guess they might send everybody else up. I don't know. But the troops are roused. He's saying, what are you going to risk your life for? Go for it in the name of the Go Take 13. We're going to squash all this. What's another funny? The funny interaction was between Hiyori and Shinji, because Shinji's going, well, why are you just not showing up? You sent me on a mission, and the mission was to remember the rifts that were popping up, and they absorbed that energy, and they poured this energy down on the ground at the behest of Urahara. I guess it's going to help them either go through the gate or go up the gate, which is only open because Ichigo tore a hole up that way. Actually, they said Ichigo, but I really feel like Josuke Ukitake kind of had a role in it. But no, I guess the elevator, you take the elevator up, it makes the whole, I guess it is Kurosaki's fault. But the interaction between Hiyori and Shinji's funny because she's talking and calling him bald, even though he has a bowl cut. And then she's like, I'm ignoring you. And then he goes to Soy Phone, go, you hear that? She says she's ignoring you. She's like, I don't have a bowl cut. I'm going to kill you. That's hilarious. Am I missing any other interactions here? No, all those interactions were good. Good, funny. And now that I was talking about Ichigo wakes up, of course. He's been healed by Orihime. I was wondering what happened to all of them because it looked like the Quincy bunch that was up there just kind of ignored them. I guess they just ran away. Once they were able to do the dust thing and they flew up, they ran away. She healed him, Yorichi, who had her arm twisted and broken. And Yorichi's like, all right, it's time to do a counterattack after some very well-placed cameras. If you know, you know. Open up remember the rift that the hollows, the Espada use, opens up, Grimjaw comes out of it. Yo, Kurosaki, it's been a while. I guess that would be the first person you would want to see if you're going to do a counterattack against the jerks. Because they can't, Ichigo does mention we can't go flying straight up at them. We'd be sitting ducks and announcing ourselves. So, I wonder who Grimjaw's going to fight. Please, just kill any of these people. I don't care who he fights, honestly. Where am I at here? We also found out that Kon is part of the reason why Ichigo didn't die, because Kon was in his She-Hulk show. He was inside his clothing, inflated himself so he wouldn't fall. And it's kind of a weird omen because Ichigo doesn't bully Kon. And even Kon says, look, you're supposed to bully me so then I can get sympathy from the ladies. Yeah, we're in the end game if this is the Ichigo that we're getting. Nice, lovely Ichigo to Kon. Ukitake still kind of struggling. I guess the power is still going up there because he's still kind of shaking and jittering a bit. I already mentioned Yhwach with the multiple eyes. The Kurohitsuge, the giant black, it makes a giant black box. We do have our cut-in. Our cut-in is the Kurohitsuge, but it's also the mass from the overflow of Soul King power. I think his name in Japanese is Ryo. O being king in Japanese, that makes sense. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, Ryo. And our poem for the end is by Grimjaw, who says, my claws will grind you up. That's it, flat out. I forget that the Espadas have blades that unlock their true power, which is, I guess that's kind of like a Bankai in a way. I think that's what it was compared to. Shigai, Bankai. Yeah. There were other people that came with them too, though. The ones that helped fight the other Quincy's. Where are those guys? The ones that are being controlled by Mayuri. I wonder how many how many hollows they have then, in addition to having Grimjaw. I wonder if they have Halibel. They should have Halibel. Oh, and Yhwach is finally putting in his plan to remake the world, as Blondie McGermanman was saying, because we see the multiple eyes, and he's just pulling in stuff closer to him. So, Ichigo, hurry up and get your 15th power up, dude, because they need you. All in all, this is a 5 out of 5. I loved the interactions between characters, like I already said. That fueled me. This kind of, I don't want to say this seemed like a downtime. This seemed like a meanwhile, because I believe she had been healing both of them. Orihime had healed both of them back to back, but I also think they had been down there for maybe a couple of hours. I forget. I forget. I might have not. I might not have written that down, but I think they were all healing up and stuff like maybe an hour or two. Because time in animes don't really flow all that well. But this was good. It's a 5 out of 5 from me. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Technically today, when this goes out, the new episode of Bleach will have come out today. So looking to see, because actually the next episode is called The Holy Newborn. Y'all gonna fight an evil baby? Which the gate that they're making to go up there, my Yuri, of course, does his thing, and it's all giant baby fingers and stuff like his Bankai. But let me know what you guys think of this episode. I really enjoyed it. It feels like the end game is coming, but what is this? This is maybe episode 5. They usually do 13 episodes. I don't know if they're going to wrap up this entire thing in 8 episodes from now. But it's a fun ride. I hope we get some more good battles. Some, I won't say drawn out, but some more really, really good battles, especially with characters that we haven't seen, since this is technically the end. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of more videos like this one, guys. If you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. Thank you once again for joining me. Remember, drink some water, get some rest, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. All right, stay safe out there. Remember, there are people that care about you. There are people that would rather talk to you today than to mourn you tomorrow. So make sure you reach out to somebody. And as always, my social media is in the description below. Give me a follow, say hi. I enjoy talking to you guys. As long as you're not a jerk, we'll be a-okay. Well, and until next time, guys, I don't know. I love reviews like this one because I can get straight to the point, because all the fun stuff, you need to have seen it for yourself. So I'll see you again soon. Bon Kai.